Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about cooperative learning, which is an explanation for why we work together in groups or teams. So I'm going to talk about what cooperative learning is and why we do it. I'm going to talk about the benefits of it, some of the challenges. I'm going to define the term base groups and explain to you what your base group is. And then I'm going to explain to you what you're expected to do in your base groups. So what is cooperative learning? Bertrand Russell, who's a famous 20th century philosopher, said, "The only thing that will redeem humankind is cooperation." And what he means by that is the only way that we're going to continue to exist and to thrive is if we learn how to cooperate, how to work together. So the formal definition of cooperative learning is the instructional use of small groups so that students work together to maximize their own and each other's learning. Within cooperative learning groups, students discuss the material to be learned with each other, help and assist each other to understand it, and encourage each other to work hard. Some of the benefits of cooperative learning. You draw on a greater knowledge base. So for example, you may understand one particular concept that you're studying, and one of your team members understands another concept, and then a third team member understands how the two work together. By the three of you talking about it and working together, you'll have a deeper and richer understanding. Also, when you're looking at creating projects and working together, you have a better skills base, a richer skills base. So again, one of your team members might be really good at grammar. Another one might have excellent editing skills. Another one might be good at graphic design. So working together, the three of you or the five of you, however many are in your group, you're going to be able to create a better, more professional product. Also, practicing cooperative learning allows your communication skills to improve. It teaches you, or you have the experience of having to work together and to negotiate together, and that helps better prepare you for the kind of cooperative work that you're going to be doing in your professional life. A lot of research has been done into cooperative learning, and it's shown that your motivation increases, that you have higher self-esteem because students who work together in cooperative learning groups tend to get better grades. You also spend more time on task, and therefore you get more accomplished. So there's some really good benefits to using cooperative learning. So there really is a method to my madness. I'm not just throwing you together in groups and saying, here, work together and produce something. I really want you to work well together and to really practice honing those communication skills that you're going to need in your professional life. Some additional benefits of cooperative learning. You take responsibility for your own learning. You translate what I say into student speak so that you and your peers have a better, deeper, and richer understanding. You engage in cognitive collaboration. You organize your thoughts to explain ideas to your classmates, which is a higher order learning. You have fun learning. It's more fun to learn with other people than independently. And as I said in the last slide, your grades improve, which is always a good thing. Some of the challenges of cooperative learning. It takes more time than working independently. It does. When you have to get a group of people together and have them come up with something, create something, that's going to be much more time consuming than if you simply did it on your own. Another challenge is that it can lead to what is called group think. And I use the term lazy thinking. And group think is Susan has an idea and everybody says, sure, that's fine, because they don't want to think for themselves. So they're just going to go along with Susan's idea, even though it might be something weird or strange. It can also lead to disjointed writing assignments. If each of you is writing a particular piece of an assignment, unless somebody goes back over the assignment and edits it for continuity, People can follow different styles, and so it can be kind of weird. It can lead to inequitable workloads if you're not making sure that the work is evenly distributed, then that can be problematic. Some people, when they're in a group, decide to be slackers. So it can reduce a person's motivation. They figure, oh, the group will do it, I don't have to worry about it. And it can lead to interpersonal conflict. And this is important because this is an important part of teamwork, interpersonal conflict, because you're going to work with people in your lifetime that you may not like, that you don't agree with, and being able to negotiate and work that out so that you can be productive is a really important skill to learn. So the interpersonal conflict isn't necessarily a bad thing. So you're going to be in what is formally called cooperative-based groups. And the definition of that is a long-term, for an entire semester, heterogeneous in terms of academic achievement and motivation, cooperative learning groups with stable membership that meets on a regular basis. Now, you're not going to meet on a regular basis face-to-face. That's not required. You are going to need to contact each other and to talk to each other and to work together. And there's lots of tools for doing that, and we'll talk about that in a minute. In order for your teamwork to work well, you need what is called positive interdependence. And that means that you must work together collaboratively. If one person does all the work, then you're not working together cooperatively. You're just letting one person do all the work. In a cooperative environment, you are responsible for learning all of the assigned materials. Even though things may be divided up and you may have a particular section, you're still responsible for knowing the entire section or all of those materials. In cooperative learning environment, you ensure that all of the other group members learn the assigned materials. So you check up on each other. Did you understand exercise 2? Did you know what she was talking about when she asked us to do this? So you talk to each other. You make sure that all of the group members have successfully completed their assignments. Did you get that assignment done in time? So you kind of have each other's back and just check with each other and make sure that you're staying on track. When you complete an assignment that you have created cooperatively, everyone signs the assignment. Now, in an online class, obviously, you're not going to sign it, but you're going to type your name on it. And when you type your name on an assignment that you have completed, that indicates to me, it's sort of like a honor pledge that you have actually participated and contributed to the assignment. That's what you're saying by putting your name on it, so that you deserve to, you have earned credit for that assignment. The ways to work collaboratively, well, in this class, it's going to be electronically. So you can use Google Drive, you can use Blackboard, you can use email. There are several different meeting tools. I haven't found one that works really great, but you can use anything you want to meet with each other electronically. You just have to make sure everybody understands how to use it and everybody has access to it. So any combination of those is absolutely fine. So how do you make this happen in a group? How do you make working together really work? And how do you make sure that people are learning and you're really promoting a positive interdependence? So you relate what is being learned to previous learning. So in the last unit, we learned how to put graphs together. In this unit, we are using graphs and charts in order to convey our findings in this research project. You want to make sure that everybody understands the material and agrees with the answers the group has come up with. So it's not just Susan's answer, but it's Susan, Mark, John, and Mary's answer all together, that they all agree. You want to encourage everyone to participate. You will find, particularly in an online class, that students can be very quiet and just don't participate that much. Ask Susan, ask John, what do you think? What's your feedback? And give people a deadline. Say all comments need to be submitted by midnight on Tuesday, so that the group leader or the project leader can go and compile the comments and make a decision and present that decision to the group for the group to have the final say. Encourage each member to use logic to find answers, not groupthink, not the majority rules. It doesn't work in a cooperative learning environment. You want to use the best ideas. You don't want to just all kind of come to a middle road. You want the best. So really encourage people to push themselves and look beyond the obvious and really delve deeply into your assignments so that you're not just taking the easy way out. So how do you make this happen in your group? The easiest and best way is to break down a large project into several steps. Plan the project, create and maintain an accurate schedule, put your decisions in writing, monitor the project, distribute and act on information quickly. You have access to Remind. I asked you during the storm week to set that up. If you set up Remind, you can text each other and remind. And the beauty of this is by using Remind, you're not giving people your personal information, but they can still contact you, send you text without knowing your telephone number if you don't feel comfortable sharing that. Also, distribute and act on information quickly. So if you're sending reminds to one another, that's much easier than having to go log into the class and check your email. Be flexible regarding schedule and responsibilities. Not everyone is going to be 100% every week. Sometimes people, aren't sick, they've got a major exam, they're juggling a lot of responsibilities at home. So be flexible. And on that same topic, if you are that person that's struggling, communicate. Let your group members know, I've got this major test. I'm not going to be able to look at this material until Thursday. So that you can schedule assignments and responsibilities accordingly with people's needs. That's really very, very important because, like I said, not everybody's going to be ready and raring to go and have all the time in the world to complete assignments. So be flexible, but also communicate your needs because people aren't going to know. And if you don't respond, people get irritated and frustrated with you and think that you're shirking your responsibilities. They don't know that your grandmother's sick and you had to work overtime and you've got a big exam. So let people work with you by communicating with them. There's also individual accountability. This is really key to having cooperative groups work well. Teams succeed when every member has learned the material. Not just Susan, the smartest one in the class, but every single student. When every member has helped complete the tasks. Because, it's that old cliche that two heads are better than one. By having people work together, you're going to come up with a better product than you would if Mary did all the work herself. And then, of course, I will frequently assess how you're working together, both individually, if you're pulling your fair share of the weight, and then together as a group, and give you feedback on that. Some positive team behaviors. These are really the behaviors that you want to try to demonstrate, to use when you are working together with each other. You want to contribute ideas. It's everyone's responsibility to contribute ideas. It's everyone's responsibility to ask questions and express your feelings in a positive way. And by that I mean, if you're feeling frustrated, say, I feel frustrated because, and then explain it. Don't accuse other people of doing something wrong, but explain how you're feeling and why you're feeling that way. Actively listen, really listen to each other. Now, in this case, because you're not going to be meeting face to face, your active listening really occurs with reading closely what people say when they're sending you text messages or emails or posting in the discussion board. You need to closely read what it is they have written. Express support. When someone comes up with a good idea, say, yeah, that's a great idea, let's do that. Or I really like what you're saying, Mary. I think John also makes a good point. Is there a way that we can put these two ideas together? Express acceptance towards group members. Again, you don't have to like each other, but you do need to work with each other and consider each group member to be an active participating member. There is not one person who is better than another, smarter than another, whatever. You're all in it together, and each of you can actively contribute and contribute in an important way. If somebody's not participating, talk to them, find out what's going on. Hey, I see you didn't respond. Everything okay? Let me know what's going on. That kind of a thing. An important thing that you can do is summarize. So at the end of a discussion, you might say, so Mary's going to do exercise 1, Susan's going to do part 2 of exercise 1, John's going to do part 3, Devin is going to read it all and edit it for grammar and submit it on time. You know, be nice to each other, joke with each other, have fun with each other. It doesn't have to be painful and horrible and unpleasant. And you can control that mood and the way that people work together by having fun with each other, not being super serious and uptight and tense all the time. And give direction to the group. If you feel like something isn't going as it should, don't be afraid to say, well, you know, we should consider doing this, or we need to get back on track. We've been talking about John's night at the bar, but we really need to get back on track because we want to get this assignment done tonight. So, you know, give each other focus, and don't be afraid to bring people back in if they go off tangent too much. So excellent team members encourage each other to master the course content and complete assignments. They check to see what assignments each member has and what help they need to complete them. They discuss assignments, provide information about what a member's missed or misunderstood. They help each other with test preparation. They review missed questions after tests or quizzes, and they help with proofreading and editing assignments. So that's it for tonight's discussion. If you have questions, by all means, post them in the I Have a Question forum, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.